A lot of people want to be something that they're not. A lot of really humble people want to be something great. But who's really that great other than Joe Biden, the President of the United States of America? Or Donald J. Trump, the ex-President of the United States of America? Or Aaron Burr, the Vice President of, Joseph E. Lee. We like to think of Jesus Christ as being the Son of God. He's the greatest example you can be. And King Solomon, a lot of Jews say was the first Jesus Christ or whatever, and the Queen of Sheba and all the things that she convinced young Esau to do because she was from a foreign land, and he didn't really stick to the law, I guess, of Moses or whatever. And a lot of women agree, that was a good thing, right? Because we don't want to stone our women for being unfaithful and prostitutes. And Jeremiah the prophet one time once said, that if God is a woman, and why would you trap God with your kind of laws? And that love should be free, and that women are given more chances than men, I guess, because in the wild, right, we used to rape women, and that used to be like, that's still kind of how it is with cheetahs, I think of, it's not really rape, because it's mating season, and they just, I guess, give off a scent. I don't really know much about women, but what I'm saying is we all think of Jesus Christ as being the Son of God, and maybe he was, I don't know, but there was already a Jesus Christ, and why would you want to be something again? I don't really know if it really does bring on the end time, because he was America's greatest rebel, right? But in Luke 15, I think, at 17, you are no longer worthy to be called my son. My mother, ran a business, so, when people wanted to start, the Black Lives Matter riots or whatever, we were very scared. Because, when people get crazy and start breaking shit, it's like, we live off that money, and, we can't just have anarchy, right? We can't just have chaos and those little troublemakers that just want to start fights between men just to have some entertainment, I don't know, because they're frustrated or they're bored. It's really just because they're bored with their lives. What the fuck does it have to do with someone dying, right? They just want to cause disorder to express their dissatisfaction with our society and our community. But because I wanted order, right, because I didn't want that kind of chaos, I'm somehow a Nazi because I believe in the established law, I guess. But I also think, through chaos, what else is art, right? That's how people are free, and I believe in freedom because I'm an American. So I don't really know, what is to control yourself. If we're all just one person, male manipulation techniques to control someone. I don't know. I really just don't know. But I wish you were my girlfriend. But now it's all tainted because, I guess because I showed some little kid porn. I'll miss talking to you, though. Thanks. I'm about to jerk to strap on to funnel the...
To a random girl I've never met before.
And I'm not old.
On the internet that I'll never meet again. I just want to say that the sounds in Viva Tucson were my other dog, Chocolate. These are Copito. Thank you very much. Cuando era un niño. And there she was. Delicate and fluorescent. Tan and innocent. Had to have been like 16, maybe 15, probably 14, I don't remember. I was already 22. But when she started doing her thing, I was addicted like it was cocaine. I didn't know what else to do other than to reach down to my pants, and then she started screaming and told me to get off her, and I just couldn't get off her. I just had to keep on clinging. I had to keep on singing. I knew one day we would all get out of this place alive, but then she told me to get a job. And I started doing carpentry, because that's all I knew how to do. Because I just followed the fucking book, and I read Milo Yiannopoulos, and I read that damn Richard Spencer. I read the damn white man. You know every time there's a white man in charge, everything comes out A-okay. That's the American way. Let's defend America from the Russian scum. But really, I only listen to white people to study their culture. I was born in America, but does not mean that it has to stay America. But we're gonna stay here. That's all I know, and you have my word on that. I needed drugs, so I called my friend. Now we got drunk, and his name was Angel Leone. He said, how about we smoke that marijuana? I said, man, I just need my heroin. I said, man, I need my cocaine. I said, I just need to get laid. He said, well, I'll tell you what, you gotta find a woman, and I got someone that I think is a slut. So I'm not gonna marry her, cause she's a slut. And how about we trade, and you get your dick sucked. And I said, man, I really need that money, but this solves my little problem, and I think it's great. And so I said, hey, Angel, what's her name again? And so he said, hey, my man. I don't know. Then it kind of got all fucked up. She ended up sucking his dick, and I got nothing. So I didn't get my heroin. No, I didn't get my heroin. No, I didn't get my heroin. No, I didn't get my cocaine. And then I said, I'm gonna get all gone, and I'm gonna get all fucked up, and Is there anything more valuable than money? Trade all that.
And so he came out of Zebedee with a mighty, mighty crush on old Galilee. Zechariah was my friend, and he said it, hey friend, you are a Levite. And he gave him some pills, and he gave him some drink, and he ran around telling everyone, hey, my friends think I need a shrink. But he was the one. And he told us all about his master and how he hit him with a disastrous blow. You always did ask so many fucking questions. How low can you go? And then he ran around town stealing everybody's ball gown. He ran to the wood. He ran underground. Sky God, why, God, why? And he asked her, do you feel any remorse? Do you feel any pain? Do you feel like I was a mistake? God, please take me away. Oh, Zebedee, write down your story. And in that forest he met a great bear. He raped that bear. Oh me, oh my, what a great God. No one knew about that bear because he buried that bear's body down right below in a volcano, and no one ever heard about that bear until now because he never told a soul. He never trusted anyone. That was his motto. That was Zebedee's message. Never to trust a damn soul again because of what he did to that man's wife. What he did to that man's menstruating wife. But the joke was on them, wasn't it, Zebedee? Because he told them they would come. He told them the day of the Lord was coming, and they came, and they stole every Jew's dowry. But it didn't really end there, because Zebedee was a smart motherfucker, and he made friends with all the Babylonians, and he became something. I don't really know what to call the motherfucker. Because after that, he went and founded a type of school in a way. But it wasn't really like a school with a lot of people. It was just like a way of thinking. He was a slave, and they called it some kind of philosophical name. But at the end of the day, it resulted in one fucking message, which was, don't trust anyone, kid. The story not well told begins long ago. We are driving through a distant, distant galaxy. Me, I'm just the watcher. There's a man holding the sun with two broken wings. He flies more radiant in the dark, and yet I turn on the light. Inside the house there are men.
I don't know who they are, but they know me. I'm scared and I'm hiding in the kitchen, but they're already in the living room. I run outside and I see them take my house. I take a homeless lady back home because I'm on drugs. When the acid kicks in, I start to see her face. It starts changing and I see Courtney Love. I'm, at this point, very sad, very scared, very enlightened. All the men come after me with knives. I realize my life is meaningless. I'm about to die. They stop just as the knife hits my neck, and I realize I'm okay. But it doesn't stop what happens in New York. My life may be spared, but not those of them. And I start to dream about the past. I see the beginning of it all. I see the blanket of life. I see the rams that my people used to ride on. I see the calves that used to be taken and butchered. I don't know if it was for meat. I don't know if it was for their sins. I don't know if it was just to cause pain, but we all became demons in the afterlife. I'm very afraid again because I realize Holy Moses is watching me. He came down from his mountain and he wants to destroy me. No one is around anymore except for my friend Brandon, who takes me on his raft with his dad. They row me down the sea as Holy Moses burns all the trees. And I watch as Brandon starts offering to Lord Ganesh. And he starts massaging his feet. I always thought that was very, very reminiscent of a story I heard of a boy in an island of boys who escaped some kind of factory, and he found shade in the trees, which Holy Moses would then burn. But he fell asleep not very far from the factory, but just enough where a few houses, a few backyards. And in that dream, he went back to the house, except it was back when he was a little kid, and his mom was there. But there was something wrong, because he could still feel all those people at that house. He could still feel their energy as they pillaged and ruffled all the drawers. And he could hear his grandmother crying in the next room. The shadow of Jesus still looms in the darkness of her room. And there's a snake, the shadow of a snake. But it doesn't seem to want to hurt me anymore. It just guides me now. When I was little, I guess I wasn't that little, but it was before I went to the factory. It bit me. I was having strange vibrations then. I was seeing this man, this black man, in shiny armor, and he had a spear, and he got right on top of me, and he asked me, "What are you gonna do now, golden boy?" And I said, "I'm giving it all to you. What am I gonna do?" He bowed to me first. That was the weird part. I didn't even realize why, because I was reading the Holy Bible. But when I was there, alone, at the bottom of the sea, I could feel a flashlight right on me. There were a few fish there. But the main fish was dead. There was this girl too. And I think there was a man. But he wasn't there then. It was just her. And she asked me as we sat down in my hallway, "What do you think about lasers?" I'll never forget that after everything I did, everyone will always ask me, "Are you a really good person or a really bad one?" I wake up at around 3 o'clock, masturbate to Belle Delphine 3 times a day. Listen to Phoebe Bridgers' Garden Song on repeat. Then I actually listen to Ryan Adams, probably something from rock and roll, maybe Demolicious if I'm feeling it. I don't really know, I just kind of like Ryan Adams' voice, alright? That's just, don't question me about it. After that, I go to work. I work in construction. I'm a lumberer. I wood west, if you want to get to the details of it. I watch the train leave and then I start my shift. Alright, I get my hammer and we all do the little dance. We all wait for Matthew, the leader, to lead us into the pack as Ryan starts packing those woods. They're all white, but I don't really care. And Henry's always there, watching us every step. He stares at us with those cold, dark eyes as he eats his macaroni and cheese. And there's always Matthew, the other Matthew, the one that isn't the leader, but he's still kind of funny. He's kind of the buttocks of the group. He keeps our morale pretty up, and we all like to dance along as we hit the fucking wood. And we all listen to Ryan's tunes, which are actually really, really good. They're actually a little better than mine. But then Raymond, I never remember his name because he's the only Mexican there. I mean, I'm Mexican too, but he's the only other Mexican there. And he does his thing. He never says anything. But we're all, fucking doing our thing. And we all fucking hit the wood, and it's fucking a great day. We get lunch, and I kind of go off in my own little way. I start reading a little Shakespeare, maybe some Hemingway, I don't know, a couple Bible verses, I don't tell anyone I read the Bible. And then we all eat our little lunch. They usually go off to Burger King, and when they come back, we all start hitting our fucking wood again, and we start dancing, and we start laughing, and we start joking about Henry, which don't tell him because he's our boss. But then all the white people just start giving us checks. And, I mean, they're white too, so they don't really care, but they're the ones that went to college, and they're the ones that get whatever white people get. They're still white, and that's alright, but it's always a little different because there's that kind of alpha thing. What is an alpha? It's the one that recognizes authority, because what are we? But we're the freaks, right? We're the felons. We're the people that society calls the black sheep, and we're all ready for the end of the day, and the end of the day comes, and we leave, and then, they go off to their casino, or to their bar, or to their little dance cruise. They listen to their country music. I'm listening to rock and roll, because that's what I get through. And I listen to Phoebe Bridgers again, and 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 then a Connor Uber song comes on, and I think, he kind of cucked me there, because Phoebe Bridgers is like just this brilliant shadow on a rainbow made of sunshine. Then I think about Belle Delphine again, and I start masturbating at my house, but I can't really do that because my dad gives me a ride, so I have to wait until he watches the news, and then he usually takes me to grandma's. And I eat macaroni and cheese because that's what Henry eats, and Henry's the boss, so I kind of want to be the boss, so I gotta, be like Henry. And then when my dad leaves, I start masturbating to Belle Delphine again, because, it's Belle fucking Delphine. And I try not to think about, the fact that she's a porn star and all that stuff. But, she sells her body, and that's amazing to me. That's in a way, everyone that does that is kind of a saint, to every man and every woman, because inspiration. What more inspiration is there than the beautiful body of Venus? And then, around that time, I walk the dogs because they have to do their business too. I mean, I wish they could get laid, but they're just dogs, they must not have feelings or anything. And then when I get home, I make my lunch for the next day, and I start thinking, maybe one day, maybe one day, maybe one day, maybe. Today is October 25th. I go see Julian Baker on November 1st. And I could tell you my dream, right? Here I sit Chris in his inceldom while the mighty Jeremiah does all the bitches in the world or whatever. But, I go see the concert, and I tell the crew that I'm with the band, so I sneak in backstage. And I have my red Stratocaster, and I impress Julian Baker with my fancy guitar flutters and Robert Johnson lick, and I start singing beautifully, majestically Shakespearean quotes, like some kind of, I don't know. And she's so impressed that she invites me in the band. I become part of Boy Genius. I become the Neil Young, and we somehow, all four of us, now I replace Lucy Dacus. We all make love to Conor Uber's massive, throbbing ego, and he becomes the president of the United States, and he inspires everyone, because if anyone can inspire anyone to stay alive, it's Conor Uber's. And, but all that's kind of bullshit, because, my real dream was that I met Bob Dylan, and we talked about this Facebook quote, this Facebook post that I made, and he plays very aloof, he doesn't even really know what I'm talking about, but he kind of knows what I'm talking about. I kind of had a similar dream with someone else, but yeah, I mean, I kind of do hate myself, I can't stop masturbating, That was a big deal in a time, because I don't know, I mean, I kind of came to that conclusion that we're all weak, all of us men, and when someone says men, I mean, you want to say women too, but it's just implied, isn't it? I don't know. I mean, Eve is always the one that... And we've gone through this. The point is that, we all have reasons to hate ourselves. And, we're all weak. And, I say... Like, why am I jealous of people? Right, that's something we should all say, right? Why are we jealous when we say we want something that I don't know, See, that's hard for me to say, because I am jealous, and there are people I wish were dead, but I've kind of forgiven most of them, but there's always that one guy, right? There's always that one guy that you just kind of like really hate. But, I mean, they do good things for the universe, and that's kind of, like, what else is there to say? I was supposed to be more salty in that part, but, I was really supposed to get down to, why I hate myself, because I know that, certain people in, like, the police, like, they really hate themselves, and, I kind of want to support, there are some times, that I get very angry at things that the police have done. And I get very angry at some people. I get very angry that some people, like, want to hurt me. And I get very, very angry that some people hurt other people. But I don't think anyone's a victim. I don't think anyone is a victim. I think that we all make decisions, and we all have Proverbs, we all have Solomon, we all have wisdom at our disposal, which some of us choose to use and some of us choose to go after pleasure or whatever kind of sadism is in trend today. But I was really supposed to be angrier at that part. Like, I was thinking in the car, you know, like, because they were like, yeah, it's because I hate myself, and he doesn't know because he's always happy and he's always smiling, and that's why sometimes he just feels like he's gonna cry. But I don't do that anymore. I don't do that in public. It's usually when I drink, and I hardly ever drink, and that's why, you know, that's how they kill people when they say, oh, they were drunk. And I don't know who's they, who kills people. It's got to be the Freemasons. I don't know. The man was on too much heroin. The man sang the song Titanic. Someone put the finger on these people. But you know, I mean, that's like how can you hate an instrument of God, right? I mean, that's like blaming the gun for killing someone. I mean, most cops want to do the right thing, I think. You know, it's kind of, you would hope, right? I don't know. You gotta be ruthless with people, right? You can't have a heart or else you get shot. Is that the mentality? But yeah, you know, you're not weird if you touch yourself to kids. You're like me, and I'm not that. I mean, look, we're awkward. We're awkward people, and that's probably why you're sad and alone and all that. But I mean, at the end of the day, you are a world within a world. Why do you need anybody? And that's all I really wanted to say is it is kind of bad, but at the same time, I mean, it's not that bad. You know, if you touch yourself to kids. There's a lot of like underage girls that like want to have sex with like overage guys, and you know, I mean, the whole point is I don't think that they're mature enough. Like, they don't really have good self-control with their mentality. They end up usually getting hurt, and they do things that like really hurt. There's a big problem with parents, and I know like when you're kind of like in that kind of thing, you kind of want to be a parent, and that's why a lot of like teacher-student relationships become like sexual, right? That's why you gotta kind of be like, you gotta be an adult. You gotta have responsibility, and you know more than kids, and that's kind of, you know, but that's why women should stay cute, right? And I hate that, you know, a lot of people are saying that I'm misogynist and all that stuff, because I hold women to a double standard, and that's the truth. I just do. I mean, I think women hold men to a double standard, but that's just, you know, there is beauty in the world, and everyone inhabits beauty, but there's a fine line, you know, between sexual freedom and conservatism, I guess. And that's why, you know, I still masturbate to children. Yeah. I also kind of hate, you know, when I start masturbating to rape and incest, and dogs turn me on. Everything we've lost for war. An entire city is gone. You can say it was for love or whatever, but all the people dead, everything gone. For what?